Paul was facing the end of his life, and he made 3 statements that I think could be inscribed on his tombstone. They'd be good statements for us. He said, "I'd fought the good fight." That was Paul, always engaged in battle for God, always trying to find ways to use his resources and energy to help other people connect to the God he'd come to know. Paul was one who faced some pretty significant struggles at times, some disappointments, some setbacks, missionary journeys that didn't go quite like he had planned on, financial hardships, physical hardships, and yet Paul hung in there. In fact, he said, "I've kept the faith." That mattered a great deal to him, his faith, on what people knew about how he felt about God, on how he defended his faith, on how he grew in his relationship with God. And then Paul said, "I've finished the course." Here he was now, nearing the end of his life, and he could look back over and recognize that he had kept faithful to God, following him. None of us know what our course is going to look like, what our path may turn out to be. Even Paul didn't know that. At one time, he said, "I'm going, not knowing what's going to happen to me." But he faithfully followed God every step of the way. Paul, approaching the very end of his life now, reflecting over it, makes those 3 statements. "I fought the good fight, I've kept the faith, I've finished the course, and now God will reward me." Wouldn't you like that said about you, written on your tombstone? Eagles are fascinating creatures. They say that an eagle has an innate sense of when it is going to die. It will leave its nest and fly off to a solitary place, some precipice or rock outcropping somewhere, fasten its talons to the rock, face the rising or setting sun, and die. I've seen some eagles die. Friends of mine who are faithful, fastened to the rock, facing the sun, and going home. That's how I want to die. Fastened to the faith that I have in God, facing his Son Jesus, going home for that crown of righteousness that God has promised for every one of us who are faithful. What are they going to say about me someday? I hope they say, "I've kept the faith. I fought the good fight. I finished the course." What are they going to say about you someday?